Okay, again, I'm talking about customer relations. In customer relations with elderly people, specifically, a lot of your work, if you're doing residential, is going to be with elderly people, or at least mature people. They're the ones with the money, for one thing. When you're explaining what you're doing, it's really not much different than with a younger person. You know, you don't use long words, you don't use technical jargon. You just try to get across to them the basics of what they need and what it's going to cost and when you can get it done. But there is one thing that when you're dealing with especially elderly customers, they do not deal well with setback thermostats. I have pulled out more setback thermostats from houses because they simply could not understand them. It's not that they're stupid, it's just that sometimes all these options get confusing. And so I don't put setback thermostats in houses where elderly people are living. Now, there's a problem with that. Most jurisdictions require setback thermostats in new installations, so you're kind of stuck with them. So what do? Well, I have always dealt with this in one way. I tell the customer, this is the type of thermostat I have to put on here by law. You do not have to use it as a setback thermostat. Now, someone said, well, gee, what is it? I'll lose a lot of money, energy usage be too high. Setback thermostat is going to save a maximum of 10%. That's a maximum. They oftentimes save absolutely nothing at all. A lot of customers do their own setback. Turn the thermostat up in the morning, turn it down at night, and so on. It's just an automatic way of doing it. So the money saving is not a real issue with the setback thermostat. So when you install equipment for someone, you're going to have to read them a little bit, but for the most part, you're going to be able to tell this person is not going to do well with the setback. Consider the elderly user is usually there all the time. So there's no setback for going to work or anything like that. And many times, especially with heat, older people, they get cold really easy. And they really don't want it cold. So if you set the temperature back at night, that may be uncomfortable for them. And the most important thing here is comfort. How comfortable is this guy? It's not how much energy you save today. The reason that system's in there is because it keeps them comfortable. So do what keeps them comfortable. And for the most part, well, very seldom that I ever see a setback thermostat work well with an elderly customer. Of course, you tell them, leave the thermostat alone, set it where you want it, and be done with it. That certainly. But on setbacks, keep them away. It's just not a good idea. That's it on this one.